Now, Maminkai, a letter be a may intercept a Papua for Atrabre, Al-Wahab Farouk. Now, we have the human resource in this country, but the leadership of this country will not, in any case, use them. Because on share MPP atadia, on share NDC atadia, then you ask yourself, what kind of country is this? What kind of country is this? Now go viva Helatan baby. Uwakwa medansini. We're United Liberation Movement for West Papua. Omoleta wa machurabre eye ora Al-Wahab Farouk. The letter is dated 30th of September 2020. That is about 3-4 days ago. Dear Mr. Farouk Al-Wahab, as President of Executive of the United Liberation Movement for West Papua, I would like to appoint you to the following role: working for and reporting to the ULMWP, which is the United Liberation Movement of West Papua. Also, advisor to West Papua Special Envoy for Africa. Your terms of reference are to support and advise the West Papua Special Envoy for Africa, Mr. Festus Olorama Femi. Is that correct? Olorama Femi. In the following one, to mobilize international support for the independent struggle of the people of West Papua. 2, mobilize financial humanitarian assistance for the people of West Papua and financial assistance for the ULNW, that is the United Liberation Movement of West Papua, are the representatives of the people of West Papua. 3, to establish and maintain dialogue between the West Papua and international community of African nations, including the African Union. To liaise between the ULMWP and African state, to mobilize investment for the people of West Papua, including permanent assistance and support services for the West Papua people. We need your assistance in the diplomatic, financial, humanitarian, and political realms. Your contact, experience, and dedication will be invaluable to the struggle of the people of West Papua for the decolonization and self-determination. Our struggle is more successful than ever before, and we need the people and government of Africa to support us in this vital stage. Your work will be bolster to the resolution on West Papua passed by the Organization of Africa, Caribbean and Pacific States in 2019 December. I look forward to continue to work with you moving forward for your invaluable assistance at the key moment. I personally thank you and your warm regards. And your President of the Executive United Liberation Movement of West Papua. Now, question I say, if there is a son of this land, and the right way, they acknowledge and recognize his input, and for that matter, they invite him to come and help. That's what mind where you face a problem. That's a yasi ye muase ni pana. Ora Al-Wahab Farouk akwaba.
Bacham Joseph sir.
O hene no wapom diseni.
Adam dia che me hoye. Every finance way.
Me won din se jata brumu no. My intercept letter be na miridi efa West Papua for invitation. Womodi abrɛwo sɛ bra na bɛboa mo ntimi ente wo mo ho. Me ma me akɔhwɛ abene watio ɛde asɛmwa.
Okay, mami chairman na me for West Papua. It is the biggest of the whole world. Almost a population of more than almost 3 million. And an island our population more than 3 million. It is seriously a big country, our South Pacific. And for the public listening to know where West Papua is located now. Papua is within the Polynesia, Micronesia regions, South Pacific. And the South Pacific, are countries Ghana, Echo help for Papua New Guinea to gain independence from a British Commonwealth are colonized by Ghana. Ghana, Boa, Papua New Guinea, Fiji, Vanuatu, Ghana raised the voice first for Vanuatu to gain independence in 1980. Ghana was very instrumental in the region of the South Pacific, Samoa, Solomon Island. So we, the Spanish for the French for the Nifima, Kiribati, Tahiti, Nauru, Niue, Solomon Island, and the American for there. But the 14 islands of the South Pacific, which is part of the Micronesia, Polynesia. Sa islands no, Samoa, West Papua, Indonesia for as independence. Because they could be British territories, which is called the British Overseas Territories. And the Coco French, Tahiti Mono. Tahiti French form our independent French passport in the South Pacific. As they said, French Martinique, our Caribbean, the Holland, Arusha, French Martinique, Holland, and then Curacao Mono. The same thing as British territories, and no more South Pacific, no more independence. But British for there, or more independence, our share. It do Prince Charles and a comma Fiji independence. Prince Charles, yeah. Vanuatu, Prince Charles, and a comma independence. Nina instrumental, monumental in Ghana, a year, South Pacific. A do Papua New Guinea, which is called PNG. Your Ghana near winning Ghana, our cat and crime, our Papua New Guinea. You can check the record. Ghanaian or ye and Kreni, tribe of the PNG. Our Ghana near Yawono. Or Ghana, Casa, or Papua Guinea, between baby a Ghana map of crowd. So, West Papua, Omukwana up to now the whole island in Nina, because of the wealth, Papua, Indonesia, occupy land, So the government, soldier sexual women island, and Oma can and those that they arrest them on the mainland, the first country in the world that Nipo the prison and Nipa the guide, pythons, snakes, and bodyguards.
Pythons, snakes, and bodyguards.
Pythons and the bodyguard the West Papuan people. Exile leader Benewenda. I myself took Benewenda to Kenya. In Gungi Yamapoja Declaration, where Nana Akufo-Addo was there, he was the first African president to speak to the subject. I'm talking about just last 10 months. And you can find out from the foreign minister. I was with there and the Ghana delegation, including His Excellency the President of Ghana, at the same hotel in Kenya. Where I was chosen by Vanuatu government. We're only delegation of 5 representing Vanuatu to talk to Ghana, to talk to the world and Africa about West Papua case. And Anado supported, and he was the first person to tell the African president that it's about time for the only black African country or the black land under slavery. And their number is so huge. Vanuatu independence only 300,000 people. And Nauru Island were independent, only 12,000. Your islands in the Solomon almost 1 million, which is a country. Local Caribbean, your island only just 3,000, more country. But West Papua, the biggest island, Indonesia for Maomu. So it is a heat-up thing over the years. West Papua, our representative, our Timitina UN. Now they are pleading with me to stand for them at the UN, which of course I don't have time to do that. But then, instrumental from my recommendation, a name you might have seen the Latin Society, that name, that person, Festus Olofimi, it's me who recommended him to be the special envoy for the people of West Papua. Okay. West Papua, on the whole African continent, and nobody else that who is to advise, because I appointed more or less, I introduced and then recommend him. I am advising. So we are doing what? We are in touch with somebody like Joaquin Chisano. We are in touch with SWAPO leader, Southwest African People's Organization of Namibia, Sam Nujuma. We are in touch with Dr. Arikana Kwao. We are in touch with Pierre Lumumba. We have also Timmy Frank of Nigeria. Other people that I'm bringing and all of it to raise the voice on the continent of Africa. And of course, with the AUDAF, African Diaspora Forum, Dr. Erica Bennett, we are all going to push that you cannot enslave and keep a black man on earth in the 21st century still under slavery. A woman need passport. They don't have nationality. They don't have category. They have only map and they have only flag. And they have only legislative assembly and official banned by even Indonesia government.
I know the Afro say, but I never boa MINTME and you found West Papua for.
Yes, so okay. The independent Bewenda has been hosted by His Excellency President Kufuor, has been hosted by His Excellency President Rollins. Where Ghana, as I've told you, said, when it comes to internationally, the diplomacy of Ghana is the first on the African continent. And for that matter, all the UN charters and everything Ghana signed. And if we have certain people in this country or just so huge in deploy and down to the world. Now, what two Ghanaians, Dr. Ibn Chambers, Hannah Tete, Madam, our woman represented the UN on the African continent. So Ghana is not a hostile nation to any citizen or neither any region in her own country. So the former way, independent, Samora Machel, Philippe Nyusi, Eduardo in Mandalene, that is what they did to secure independence for Mozambique. And securing the independence for the Mozambicans, they have to neutralize the identity. Now, Omi is stateless, Omi need any identity. And Julius Nyerere of Tanzania, Emma Omu base, and the form of Frelimo. Frelimo no, Frente de Libertacio Mozambique, and Omi Chuan Association, and the Kwaji independence in 1986. Omi and Oma Abrofono South Africa for Nayomoya and Unkoya Unkum Samora Mashe. You understand me? The story was not different from what happened in Angola. Unita bandits, and then also MNLA, and then also another movement called the FNLA. These were the movements. It was a movement. They didn't have identity, and they were the owners of the land and the bigger population. ANC. It was branded a terrorist organization. It was branded also as what? Rebels. But that was not the case. That was what the West, South Africa, Pete Botha, who was then the foreign minister, was writing to the world. Mandela didn't have an identity card of South Africa because he was fighting. But voters card. Ghana identity. At the time, I was on Ghana currency issue. At the time, Ghana certificate issue. Ghana has not hostilely sent anybody out of her frontiers. You are within a republic. And the republic means that at the time of the independence, all these states, all the regions will be here. The only even the voting, it was only Ho and then Pandu. So majority of the whole voter region joining said they want to be part of Ghana. So today, so back in 1956 history. 1956 there was no Ghana. 1956 there was a Gold Coast. So you couldn't have signed any agreement with Gold Coast because Gold Coast was under governorship. The president of Gold Coast was Queen Mother. So if Queen Mother signed an agreement, so we are Western Togoland, the big back of our country, go back to Queen Mother.
Ghana knew the agreement.
Ghana knew the agreement.
Elizabeth no agreement in Tukoho.
Yes, sir. So if it has come to this stage, 89 years. Let's own contest say now say letter and a Utibia, letter the UN, letter the UN. It is not the case. We do it all the time. This is a food diplomacy. It is not the case. Who were Metropolitan Chief Executive MCE our Volta region? The careful application command. Now non-farm regional minister. Now regional minister and farmer national security coordinator. Non-farm I'm showing you the former way. Now presidency GIA or you're part of the ECOWAS bloc or the Aquacoma ECOWAS. Now ECOWAS GIA or the Aquacoma African Union. African Union GIA or the Aquacoma the biggest which is the ACP, African Caribbean Pacific of 89 countries. No GIA and almost any young family Dr. Ibn Chambers of the UNWAS. United Nations representative for West Africa. Inti bin chambers jia and no table no UN Security Council or the UN General Assembly. When you process when you any of the process, no what to map a flag, no one lower Ghana flag, no one left to wood yet. Now see what declare independence on the country. Yeah, the Ghana map on the show a himfa and I will say a yodia. So if you say so we need 4 million, it goes up to Tamale, the Gonja land, the Dagomba land. And so what it means is now you are going to force the people to follow you. That makes it a criminal offense because the country Ghana now is what you want. Tell the Ghana government say you will need 4 million. I went to land. Into my referendum. Now Ghana government has a mean a referendum. And now Papa Gino, group Pesca. Now Ghana say we are right and we are up to the tax. You believe we see a numbers a bit more for my country. Now my referendum, Volta region, two official and mass support. And I've said it. Canada is a Western Hemisphere land. The Western Hemisphere, Canada, Ontario, and in the early 90s, mid-90s, to be the French Quebecois and a state in Canada. And then Ontario government, was also against. Queen Elizabeth, president of Canada, she couldn't even do it because the numbers of the Quebec was very big. And they were using French, English, English and French. And only one of the reasons here. At that time, the Prime Minister of Canada was a French, Jean Chrétien. Referendum, one human head, the whole world knows that Canada screw elections. And one person difference. Quebec went to win or be united to the Canadian bloc. That is what the country does.
The process now, so-called wine test and this secessionists and they are going about it the wrong way, even if they claim to want independence. There is a process they should follow, but this time around, what they are doing is an act of criminality. Is that correct?
2.5 million people, 3 million people of the West Papua Island have appointed and given me to lead the process of they gaining independence. They are 2.5 kill them as ANC did, in Jakarta government, snakes or without snakes, read the recent time, we be on Indonesia for West Papua. School Chrome Kobi. Ensure Chrome baby. Now with the Ukra Ghana Chika, what the Ghana like him, Ghana and Sue. Next, what you say, Moko Shebas Mukoya. The people now who claim say, oh, Baby, these are the people you are killing. So what makes you? So you are bandits.
Okay.
In any case, I know, sir, where you were very powerful. I want you to let anybody. Now, the ministers or whoever the Minister of National Security said, if anybody there, if anybody said we need agreement, from our experience and what we've done and where we worked in the world, you can never succeed anything when you negotiate with a militant.
As I say, Professor Kwasi and Musa, the audience a wrong idea.
On negotiating with a militant, obey you sue. And then they'll be a friend and say, friends, will be a picture naked. Blackmailing. Do you know the money Nigerians here to Boko Haram? The Boko Haram was not formed by Abu Bakr Muhammad Shako. No. Abu Shako is not the founder of Boko Haram. The founder and the person who established Boko Haram was Musa Muhammad. Musa Muhammad was killed by Nigeria because of a transfer in Nigeria army transfer and no money, billions of dollars. So, when you boy singing every room, not Doma by National Army and the Nigeria government has said. Any Nigerian government, including His Excellency Obasanjo, will try to ransom more than 4 times. So, free bush. The lake states, the lake region, Chad, Borno State, Maiduguri, Cameroon, and N'Djamena. that lake estates no e no mkosha hotel today say Abu Shakra neba boy or 20 Musa neba or 20 no onu na ISIS and ISIL o ma be fa na oye commander ewo ISIS, and ISIS, as you know, Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, ISIS. And Omasati, another one, Islamic State of Iraq and Levante. So it's not the same.
So in our case, Abaya na agrees on Nkofo ko negotiate ya. Nkofo ni be hodi aban into ransom. Ne wo je kra o mesa babak. The other boy no question. Fakakra sa abeka.
That is the clever thing because any security couple so-called, I was say a buying woman negotiating, and then woman negotiating. One woman tell her, me patcha and your Bible and the Holy Quran. Negotiations and take it from by any ship bank. Now if the negotiation take shape and any former, and then woman the befi or the book and our Bible and the Quran or the befi, yeah, what that dada. No, I can't okay, near per se, is that what you think a militant is going to tell you? Is that what you think a criminal is going to tell you? You open the floodgates for people in the West, for people in the North, for people in Ashanti, for other people to say, yes, you are defective from Ghana, money and negotiate. That is the meaning of militancy. The militants, that's how they operate on Ghana. Show me one single. Lord Resistance Army, LRA, Joseph Kone, Oko Bush, how many years in Congo? You don't have the money he collected from Burundi, the money he collected from Tanzania, the money he collected from Rwanda, and he's a fugitive until today. We are looking for him. The most wanted man now after Osama bin Laden is Joseph Kone. He's gone underground. The Katanga region, Ogusuye. Only countries in sign negotiation, so Wajai was surrender. Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone for the Sanko. Once over the Sanko defected and went to the Kailon district of Sierra Leone. Okota Makeni, Okota Kailon, Okota Kono of Sierra Leone. He collected money from Sierra Leone government. From Joseph Momo, the pastor, who was then the president. Oh, you are not joining Charles Taylor. And local training boys. One of Valentine Strasser and Saj Musa, the African's ever youngest president, 25 years and 23 years. Ombabe Ku, Ebe Troop Joseph Momo, Abra was sending pajamas down Paso. Two-year helicopter man Guinea, Oman Kumaku Kofra, Nempa or Dasuna boys in Miruko Dasu Dixon presidency. Do we know the history? Do we understand?
But okay, Monday Menya was studio until but before that, you know, and it is projected by a World Bank report say and the unemployment, youth unemployment rate, you know, it is projected to move from a year 9.16 to a year 12% in Ghana. Some of these things are major cause to worry when it comes to youth unemployment. And near ben as a youth unemployment kosroa etime kose ewo omaimu.
Well, unemployment issue, the biggest problem. And now yedi secessionists, you know, so-called. Made I mean recommend it. There's no secessionist group in Ghana. I mean the so-called criminals who tag themselves secessionism is part of it. Because you know why? So what created that? Enabling environment, as we've been told by politicians, and now what the job platforms, and then the job now, politicians can say those ones no more account, no more call, no more numbers, and there's a job in the Volta region, and somebody can go to work. Why in 8 hours? The man to one salary when you be training you, when you be sharing a bar, it will be impossible. Say or best sorry, no be convincing say yanko tinwem nyan start to nyanko jibas nyanko shibas. It will be impossible for anybody to do that. It's employment is a very key issue. And I've made mention say the Ghana government, successive ones, all of them, they have not grown. What say? What inflation so? President Kufuor said the same thing. President Mills said the same thing. President Rollins sang the same thing. President Mama sang the same thing. Say, inflation, yeah, they back down. If your inflation is coming down and there's no corresponding increase
in the job market, then I have my doubts with the so-called inflation. Because when inflation is down, the companies, either the private sector, will be able to employ. But let us look at it from this angle, sir. Over 57 or 67 years of Ghana independence, till today, a country Ghana with this wealth in our nose before us, public and civil servants, and 10% of the total population. So which country are we running? And we keep on hearing say unemployment, because when you create a certain model, a certain concept and a template, YES, youth employment, whatever service, we say Zoil, clean, we call it templates and models and concepts. But we're talking about how far it appreciates with the numbers of your public service commission or your Ghana civil services, reflecting at the Accountant General Department and the CTO. How Ghana, the salary, no, do not send our government to employ. It is a Chinese company, Baha. Now about the G contract. Now the new crisis, we offer laborers. Now they become who figures in some creative employment because China funded the buy say obey to my 1,000. Do you check? So you will be there because he's not collecting the salary from the Accountant General Department. So you cannot use that calculate. Ghanaian leaders, we don't do that. So who create BB? Who create environment? Yes, yati. Nani pano do private sector. Obey a contract, 2 years contract. What best one school dying? Foreign company, what best school dying every. At that time, no one added the numbers. So, for any past 2,000, now they have become, they are creating 1.6 million people. What's it done? We are not quite any, but what we have a view more. Everywhere. And you know, how do you add it? Justification, what salary structure and so on. As Accountant General, direct payment with public and civil servants. And when I'm on finding value, dealing with the issues.
That's the increment in the rate of unemployment, no? And what national security implications, Biana?
Papa, Yatima accepted the term and the terminology in our judicial system, legislative system, police system, investigative system, say a word Sakawa now, no, which is not originated from any dictionary. No, Yabati assessor Sakawa, a word about Woodina. Ghana lawyer, Wakushia, the term Sakawa. What does it mean? Cybercrime, what does it mean? It is the huge excesses of unemployment because we're city Accra. Now we're almost about 6 million people on the street, 6 million people forming the whole city, Greater Accra region, in the city Accra being the capital of Ghana, who were close to 1.5 million and on the street is almost on there. It is such a situation. And then you're the Ghanaian, you do you would say, now, Kaneshi market. Now we call traffic lights, including the airport and an Obakache and elite traffic light. Esika for the one. Omo Msesika. Shall small boys don't wash your car glass anymore. Says Oma Bay violent and hostile.
Asam just say, who stopping now? What's me? I didn't car no. Sometimes men are mere bearman crown, meet a glass in Imuna or make advances. I get scared of it. How much more am I in the evening?
And the government hasn't got the balls, so Kosaki boys in every traffic light because we need alternative. Yamna circle under the overhead bridge. VIP area, Kumasi Station Hall. Boys no good as your home. Obia jailbed. Obia kujilda. The boys are drug addicts. Do you think that is what they wanted to settle on? I'm sorry, no. Of course, some of them, few of them, but it is because ya want to sorry if you are not. No, I share na tad yes, okra handkerchief. Simon Joribi, Eddie Abedinaho, or Pobia Day, after the bag, dear Johnny, and that's why Jenny phone, dear Johnny. You think what they wanted to settle on? How many times has police gone there to swoop? They cannot. Because from foreign kwachuma, omsman jaya and twaba, and you koto and you give down. And the unemployment, youth unemployment, so what you will be, that's what you need them, not on a laptop, that's also or the cyber crime. As they say, what cyber crime unit of the police? Of course, it's against the international different practices. Police must also work, but admittance of the word Sakawa in our judicial system, even in our court, it's an admittance also to look for where the causes are coming from, or where the cause, what is the cause, and the cause from nowhere. Then because they don't have a job to do, and if they don't have a job to do, create it. And you can create it. The excesses of the leakage of money, I come up and 40 today, that excesses can take care of the job. And very much. Go ahead with your question.
So far, under President Kufuor era, you had to wrap it up because Monday, match studio. It's here to wrap it up. No, I there Monday, me acquired my befi abefao. So far, under President Kufuor era. Francis Poku etimi ehweye at a report to control president and him say the increase in unemployment rate, youth unemployment is a danger, in fact, to our national security. And the unemployment rate ne kosoro. Ediane na aban betimi aye niam be 3 bi obetimi aye etimi akabe yes unemployment rate no down.
First, my biggest advice would be said Ghana is a Greek nation. Now, I'm giving a reference to when the Chinese premier visited Ghana under His Excellency President Kufuor. Now, President Kufuor Busani said, that is the briefing at the airport. Busani said, how come by your country is big and you've managed to handle China now becoming a well-modest country? America almost fortunes is from America. You know the premier and his response. Besides His Excellency the President, the Ghana population was about 28. And also in maybe a Ghana for Bapa or there was a Guangzhou. Guangzhou population alone as one state, close to Ghana total population. And my coming and landing our Ghana, who said the country's land is rich, but we've not made use of the land. And if he were to be the president of Ghana, or that build the houses like Hong Kong, like China, like Shenzhen, now did the whole Ghana population in Abetunakuma, the rest of Ghana land or the bear farms, and Ghana would be the best country in the world. That was his response. Technically matured, simple response. Meaning, sir, so what was such kind of youth? I would tell me, I will work car glass in. Or you to stress the whole day. Or mother will stress the whole day. Or mother will just come and traffic light at the whole 24 hours, 1st January to 31st. Or stress or Tonyama or Kwaham. Or Momagu Kwaham. What do you need to do? Have a company, A company, B company, C company. You are a Greek. Consist dine also the Bamakaya and consist in dining. Net create said, yeah, they hire orange farms. Yeah, they hire cocoa farms, not the peasant ones that we're looking. Yeah, they hire the tomatoes. Yeah, they hire cucumber. Tomatoes, the cost and the value of tomatoes, economic viability sense, it's expensive than cocoa. Cocoa is 1 year and Abenya yield. Tomatoes within a year, we have 4 times. So a good fertility system. It's within 4 times, not on cocoa. Within 1 year, to cocoa for your friends. Tomato 4 times. After Nabechon Kuku 1. Watermelon, you too good for Volta region. Secessionists one, Omunkoto watermelon, no many Lungia, Loma export. You took mango good for Volta region. You took your friends, a watermelon go central region. So government nothing stops you from buying the land or hiring the land or acquiring the land from the people. Now, some mechanical farming like it is done in Australia.
Now, your proper irrigation system.
Packaging, just packaging in the Australian system, just packaging is what is giving Australia. I've gone on students' employment. Also there, you got to pay, and it gives you serious money. What stops you from doing that? I will bet you huge market. Huge market. Edema and Kofui. Now, be a near Juma. If they know, say, when they are in their hometown, or Soriako, when your baby is for a commandant, tomatoes pro, no matter they go back into poverty. What do you need to do? People within the Commandant region, if you have a government mechanical farm, or bien free Commandant, or Babetan has said, or Betan La Paz, Abeton shoes, or bien free body has said, the Jumon Dobeyan organizer. It is not possible. So you are wasting the youth and the energy. It is only energy in India, or the Baba Chrono, and also the Bako in a different venture. And the old man, as you said, Francis Poku, expectedly gave his experts and expertise your friends advice. All these things in Inano will share the presidential handover notes from President Rollins to President Kufuor to President Mills. President Mills, of course, slash President Mahama to Nanado. Overcome handover notes. When you know, Obiachre, I then I'm going to find you more handover note to my trash.
Monday, Michelle Studio. Monday, Michelle Studio. Why? Only appointment to be a Monday area, Mr.
This appointment why I was Papua.
No. By decree and order, Monday I'm meeting you in the studio.
But you have a young from Frankfurt, Negative.
Well, young Papa, no one has a great deal of frozen here. May I say no, Brasilia?
All
right.
Bye.
Al-Wahab Farouk, a international diplomatic consultant, and Yanina Chen Komono.